Well, good afternoon and welcome everyone to another broadcast of Gordon Rushville Mustangs basketball here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Just about 11 minutes left to go in the pregame before we get things underway between the Gordon Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. Up first, Mustang girls will be on the floor to start this thing off. Again, just about 11 minutes before the opening tip of today's game between these two teams that are very even on paper, but the Mustangs record at 4-4, very deceptive. This is a very good basketball team that has played an extremely high level of competition to start this season off. They are on a 3-game winning streak, and they now have their record evened up at 4 wins and 4 losses, trying to get back into the winning way here again and get that record back to a winning record, trying to go for their 5th win here this afternoon. The Bayard Tigers come in. They are 3-5, but they are going the other direction. They have lost their last 3, one of those by a score of 68-9 at the hands of the Mitchell Tigers, a team that defeated the Mustangs in the Alliance Holiday Tournament first round a week ago last Thursday. And so common opponent there. The Mustangs fell to the Tigers as well, but acquitted themselves somewhat better than the Tigers did against Mitchell. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today for the Bayard Tigers at 3-5. Starting 5 for them, number 15 is Kylie Stewart, averaging 8 points per contest. Number 20 is Sierra Sauer, averaging 3 points. Number 23, Avery Kildow, adds 2 points per game. Number 33, Liz Marker, at 3 points per game. And number 44, Lauren Peterson, at 3 points per game. For the Mustangs, starting 5 today, number 12, Callie Schultz, averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 steals per contest. Number 13, Josie Perez, leads the way in scoring for this Mustang team. She scores 20 a contest. She also adds 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, so she does a little bit of everything for this Mustangs ball club. Number 22, Carly Hinn, tough on the inside. She averages 6 points and pulls down 7 rebounds per game. Number 24, Kenna Campbell, second on the team in scoring at 13 points per game. She also pulls down 7 rebounds, adds 2 assists and 3 steals a game as well. And the final starting slot this afternoon to number 40, Gracie Perez. Gracie averaging 3 points per game, and she is absolutely deadly from behind the 3-point line. 8.5 minutes left to go before we get things underway here. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors. Say thanks to Modern Farm Equipment, one of the signature sponsors again this year for these Mustangs. Also, say thanks to Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, your local Ford dealer. Stop in and talk to Chris Heiser today. Check him out on the website as well. Got to get to folks, say thanks to all the fine sponsors of today's basketball action. The First National Bank in Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Pins Home Furnishings, the certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, the Italian Inn in Gordon, Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon, Gordon Dental, the Gordon Community Theater, Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. Check it out today, the online edition of the Sheridan County Journal-Star. All kinds of great information there at your fingertips 24/7. Wherever you are at on the go, it's there with you. Check it out on your desktop, laptop, or your mobile device. And as always, it is an outstanding gift for your college student who's away at school. As you can see there on the screen, current articles about the White Clay licensing hearings, the VA, and congratulations to Margie Hinn on her 85th birthday, and to Hinn's Hardware in Rushville on their 60th year in business as well. Check it all out in detail at the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. We'll step aside one more time and be back with the introductions of the starting lineups in just a bit here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. 3 minutes and 35 seconds before the opening tip here from Gordon between the Gordon Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. are just about ready to get things underway here. Starting lineups, and away we go. Carly Hinn in the center circle to jump it up, controlled by the Mustangs, and we are just underway in the first quarter here from Gordon. Glad to have you along with us here this afternoon. That ball tipped and out of bounds. And folks, I apologize ahead of time. We have been fighting our internet here all afternoon long. We have tried just about everything we possibly can, and I know we're still having difficulty, and I think we probably dumped some of you here just a second or two ago, and I apologize for that. Bear with us as we go through the broadcast today, as there is a three-pointer out of the gate by Josie Perez, and now pressure by the Mustangs. Saved back in and then taken away by the Mustangs. Gracie Perez gets a handle on it, and now Kenna Campbell will set the offense. Drives in, dribbles around one, heads to the basket, but she is fouled, and Kenna Campbell will have free throws. Trying to do a lot of things here all at once this afternoon. That is the first foul of the day. I think they gave that to Liz Marker. First free throw is up and good for Kenna. So we're trying to keep track of a whole lot of things and try and make sure that our internet is up and running for you this afternoon. Second one is no good. Rebounded and kicked out to Sauer. She'll bring it up the sideline, and then a blocking foul called against Kenna Campbell. That'll be her first. So Stewart gets it in to Sauer. She'll set the offense. Mustangs in a 1-3-1 zone to get things going early here. They feed it down low for Marker. One dribble kicked out of bounds. That is off of Gracie Perez. And Bayard will maintain possession with 7:11 to go in this first quarter. Again, don't forget these broadcasts are rebroadcast, as there's a takeaway by the Mustangs on Great Plains Communications local access channel. So you can catch it on. Nice feed inside for Carly Hinn. She converts that for two. Nice assist that time by Kenna Campbell. They'll go over the top, nearly taken away, but Sauer controls it, and Bayard now ready to go to work in the offensive zone. Carly Hinn, they kick it back outside for Josie Perez. Her shot misses everything. We're going to try something just a little bit different here. And there's another takeaway down the floor to Josie Perez, lays it up, and good. But Josie Perez has 5 in the early going. It's 8-0. We're going to switch our internet up again and see if we can get this to hold. I apologize, folks. Things are all kinds of goofy here this afternoon. Normally, the school's Wi-Fi is very reliable here in Gordon, but this afternoon it's not wanting to cooperate with us. There's a takeaway by Callie Schultz on the inbounds down the right side, switches hands, heads to the hoop, and she is going to be fouled by Kylie Stewart as she heads to the basket. That'll be Stewart's first, and it should be 2 free throws for Callie Schultz. 5:51 left to go in this first quarter. Schultz, first one rattles out no good. And now we've got a timeout called on the floor by the Bayard Tigers. 5:51 to go first quarter. Mustangs quickly out in front, 8-0. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that the First National Bank in Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Good luck this season, Mustangs. Stop in and ask about their competitive student checking accounts. The First National Bank, 134 North Main Street in Gordon. So 30-second timeout. They talk it over. And now both teams finally ready to make their way back out onto the floor. Second half of the two-shot foul coming up for Callie Schultz. Callie will line this one up, and she missed them both. But Carly Hinn is there for the rebound. Kenna Campbell swings it around to Gracie Perez, back to Callie at the top of the key, and they'll set the offense. 2-3 zone for the Bayard Tigers. They look down low for Josie Perez, and that's a good defensive play that time by Lauren Peterson, and then a reach-in foul called on the Mustangs. They're going to give that foul to Carly Hinn. That is her first. And back to the pressure for the Mustangs. They'll get it into Sauer. She'll turn, picks up her dribble, across to Stewart. Quickly ahead this time. Peterson kicks it out, and that is blocked by Callie Schultz. I think that was Liz Marker who had tried the three, and Callie just reached up and slapped it away. Into the corner, they'll go down to the block for Carly Hinn. Turnaround jumper off the glass, but a little bit too hard, no good. Peterson clears the rebound. Mustangs not afraid to bring that pressure at any time. Dribble around, Sauer goes down to the block. And inside and taken away by the Mustangs. Josie Perez on the run, down the floor, lays it up off the glass, and good for two more. (10-0). They break the press quickly ahead to Peterson this time, under 5 to go in the first quarter. So this is Kildow. Kildow out front, works off of a pick, and then no carry called. Was a suspicious looking move there. Peterson underneath the basket, hard to get position that time, and then we got a held ball call. This will be Tiger basketball again. Now substitutes coming in as Sierra Garrett and Rianne Ferguson onto the floor for the Mustangs. As Gracie Perez and Carly Hinn head to the bench. New player for Bayard, that is Samantha Trevino, with the nice bank shot to get the Bayard Tigers onto the board with 4:20 to go in this first quarter. They go high post for Kenna Campbell. They collapse on her. She kicks it out to Callie Schultz. Back to Kenna. Drives the lane, puts that shot up, and a foul is going to be called. Kenna Campbell with a nice aggressive move to the basket. They call that foul on Stewart, and that will be her second. And it puts Kenna back at the free throw line for two more. First one is good. So Peterson is out, and into the game comes number 21, Shaylee Peterson. So Lauren Peterson replaced by Shaylee Peterson. And Kenna made them both. She's now 3 for 4 from the free throw line this afternoon. Makes it 12-2. More Mustang pressure. Now Bayard hung up. The Mustangs gave up on the pressure, but Callie Schultz steals it away. Kenna Campbell now down the right side, kicks it out. Josie Perez shovels it inside for Kenna. Off glass, or couldn't quite get to the glass as Kenna's fouled again. And Bayard is having a hard time dealing with Kenna Campbell this afternoon. They give that foul to Kylie Stewart, and that is her third. So Kenna makes another one. And now Stewart will head to the bench with those 3 fouls. Lauren Peterson back into the game. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go first quarter. Glad to have you along this afternoon with us. Hopefully our internet holding a little bit better. Kenna Campbell already 5 for 6 from the free throw line. And she's got another steal. Drives in, shovels it off to Josie Perez. Her shot up and a blocking foul called. And Josie now will head to the free throw line for 2. That foul called on Shaylee Peterson, I believe. That is her first. Josie's first free throw falls off, no good. 3:45 to go first quarter. 5 team fouls already on the board for the Bayard Tigers. The Mustangs close to getting into the 1-and-1 bonus. That one just creeps over the front of the rim. And a timeout called on the floor. Full 1 minute timeout. 3:45 left to go. Mustangs out in front 15-2. Did you know that Strong Insurance is your independent insurance agency? They represent a variety of insurance companies, and they sell the products that most appropriately meet the needs of their clients. As an independent agent, they review many quotes, and they offer their clients the best policy options available. They don't work for any one insurance company. They work for you at Strong Insurance in downtown Gordon. And folks, I'm afraid the snow is here to stay, and if you're tired of shoveling head down to True Value. They've got great deals on snow blowers. They've also got ice melt, snow shovels, ice fishing gear, and the whole deal. They've got space heaters to get things thawed out and a whole lot more. True Value is open 7 days a week at 217 North Main Street in Gordon. So the Mustangs quickly out of the gate here. They lead at 15-2 with 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs on a 3-game winning streak after falling to Mitchell in the opening round of the Alliance Holiday Tournament. They've turned things around, evened that record at 4-4. Back to more of that pressure. Mustangs got a hand on it but couldn't get the takeaway. Now Callie Schultz does, reaches up and takes it out of the hands of the Bayard Tiger. Into the corner for Rianne Ferguson, but off her fingers and out of bounds. They'll give it back to the Bayard Tigers. And back to work with the full court pressure. Now the Mustangs have switched it up a little bit, gone to a 1-2-2 zone press, and another takeaway quickly inside for Callie Schultz. She's able to gather it up, gets out of trouble. Skip pass across to Kenna Campbell, puts it on the floor, off the glass. That one's a little bit short. Ferguson there for the rebound. Rianne tried to go inside for Kenna Campbell. Kenna scoops it up, turns around, off the glass, and good. Kenna having a good day. That is her first field goal of the day. As here is Liz Marker ahead under the basket, but just off the outstretched fingertips of Sauer and out of bounds. Sierra Sauer got a finger on it, but dribbled it out of bounds. Ferguson heads to the bench. And now Faith Bramer into the game for the Mustangs, along with Carly Hinn. High post for Hinn. Now they'll skip it across for Kenna Campbell. She'll try the long three. That one misses everything, but Carly Hinn is there to save it back in. Josie Perez drives to the baseline. Now she'll bring it back up to the top, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on number 23, Avery Kildow. That'll be her first. And I hate to jinx things, but I think maybe we've finally got our internet problem solved. We're going to hope so. Thanks for bearing with us. That's good defense by Peterson that time. She denied that entry pass to Carly Hinn, and Bayard gets the turnover on the takeaway. That one slapped out of bounds by Callie Schultz, who got a paw on it and sent it into the bench of the Bayard Tigers. 2:25 to go, and the clock still running. Clock operator didn't get the memo. But Bayard gets it in, and now they'll go to work against the 2-3 zone by the Mustangs. Try to go inside. That's kicked by one of the Mustangs, and it'll be Bayard Tiger basketball out of bounds. 2:07 to go in the first quarter, 17-2. So Kildow finds Lauren Peterson cutting down the lane, but she can't convert. Quickly out to Kenna Campbell. Draws the contact, but can't finish. And now here comes Kildow the other way. Kildow being chased from behind. Good defensive hustle that time by Callie Schultz. She was gaining ground the whole way down the floor. Got there just in time to tip it out of bounds and save the easy layup. Josie Perez comes in. Kenna Campbell will get a break. Kenna heads to the bench. She's already got 7 of the Mustangs' 17 points. Under 2 to go in this first quarter. Kildow with the rebound, gets another one, and finally she's going to be fouled. And Avery Kildow will head to the free throw line. Give that foul to Faith Bramer. That's her first. Kildow with the Tigers' first free throws of the game. First one's in and out, no good. 1:46 left to go in the first quarter. 6 team fouls on the Bayard Tigers, 3 team fouls for the Mustangs. Second one is good for Kildow, and that'll make it 17-3. Josie Perez brings it up the floor into the corner for Gracie Perez. 3-pointer on the way, good! You cannot leave Gracie unguarded beyond that 3-point line. She is deadly from out there. Peterson finds Kildow at the free throw line. That won't go. Carly Hinn with the rebound. Quickly ahead comes Josie Perez. Sizes it up drives to the baseline, turns the corner, shot up, contact, but no call. And Avery Kildow comes away with the Bayard Tiger rebound. Kildow just barely kept control of that as she crossed the half-court line. Now she's got it up front. Here's Trevino into the corner. That shot is up and good for two. That's Shaylee Peterson. Makes it 20-5. 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Callie Schultz skips it across to Gracie Perez. She'll tee it up for three again. That one is off the mark. And we've got a push called on one of the Mustangs. And that will go against Faith Bramer. That's her second foul. So Gracie Perez out, Kenna Campbell back into the game along with Jacoby Knight as Faith Bramer heads to the bench with those two fouls. 20-5, 42 seconds to go first quarter. They'll get it into Kildow. Has it poked away. Now it's loose on the floor, taken away by Callie Schultz, and a double dribble called. This Mustang pressure is really having an effect on the Bayard Tigers. 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Now the Mustangs will back that pressure off just a little bit. They'll get it into Trevino and quickly poked out of bounds by Callie Schultz. And this kind of defensive pressure wears on a team. Hard to get any kind of offensive flow when you're working against this kind of pressure. The Mustangs looking good early here. Under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is Lauren Peterson. She'll drive to the baseline. Finds a little bit of room off the glass, and good. That was a nice move that time by Lauren Peterson. Onto the wing for Schultz. Back up top with 10 seconds to go. Josie Perez tried to get it down low on the block for Carly Hinn, but over her head and out of bounds. 8 seconds left to go. Knight will go to the bench. Gracie Perez back in to play defense with 8 seconds in the first quarter. Shaylee Peterson inbounds it off the foot of Josie Perez, and they'll try again. Get it into Trevino, and then taken away by Callie Schultz. 3 seconds, and then throws it right back. She had Josie Perez, but couldn't get it to her. At the end of one, it's the Mustangs 20 and Bayard 7.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Being equipped for tomorrow starts today. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
Give us an opportunity to reset the scoreboard here. Mustangs out in front 20-7. As we start the second quarter. Eight minutes on the clock, ready to get this second quarter underway. Mustangs have the basketball across to Schultz, into the corner for Kenna Campbell. Kenna back up to Josie, down the lane, pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Tiger basketball. So Josie won't miss many of those. A little 6-footer in the lane. That one's tipped out of bounds. More pressure. Tigers back to work. Shaylee Peterson gets it in, and then that one is nearly taken away. Gracie Perez had it go right through the wickets, but there is Liz Marker to gather that one in. They try to go inside for Carly Hinn, kicked out of bounds by the Bayard Tigers. 7:28 to go, second quarter. Kenna inbounds it. Gracie Perez. They'll kick it around. And now Josie brings it up. Finds Kenna Campbell in the corner. She'll drive in. Had it stripped away. Good defense that time, but the Mustangs are there. Left-handed layup, up and good by Josie Perez. 2 more for her. And another takeaway. Perez has that one blocked by Shaylee Peterson, and then a travel called. The Mustangs bound and determined not to let that basketball get out of this end of the court. 7:03 to go, 22-9 here in the second quarter. Carly Hinn, high post, right back down to Kenna Campbell. Tough work inside for Kenna. Off the glass and good for 2 more, 24-9. Under 7 to go in the second quarter. Peterson has it taken away. Kenna Campbell draws the contact. No foul called. These officials have let that go just about every time down underneath. And now a 2-on-1 as Kildow drives in and gets the basket. She's got 3 points on the afternoon. 6:30 to go, second quarter. Across to Kenna on the wing. Thought about the 3. Now she'll skip it across to Gracie Perez. Josie and across to Kenna. Mustangs just going to make this zone defense work. Now they go inside for Carly Hinn. Turnaround jumper won't fall. Rebound Shaylee Peterson. Kildow cut off, and they've got her trapped. The Mustangs have just got Bayard completely on their heels with this pressure. They have it ahead, but there's Callie Schultz taking it away. Good quick ball movement. Josie Perez around the defender. That's Shaylee Peterson. She's called for the blocking foul. That'll be her second. And that'll be the 7th foul. That puts the Mustangs into the 1-on-1 bonus. This will be Josie Perez. First one is good. This a 2-shot foul. And Josie made them both. And this is Sauer back into the game. Mustangs all over the Bayard Tigers here. Lauren Peterson comes back to get it. Now back to Sauer. She tries to switch hands, has it taken away by Josie Perez. Shot up, can't get that one to fall, and the contact was too much that time, as she'll have 2 more free throws. That one is going to go on Sierra Sauer. That will be her first, as Josie is now 4 for 5 from the line. 5:41 left to go in the quarter, and she makes them both. More pressure. Sauer picks up her dribble, and that's not the thing to do against this Mustang press. Another tip ball by Callie Schultz. Tries to go right back inside, but it has it taken away. And now a blocking foul going to be called on Callie Schultz. Callie scores 3 points a game, but she averages 5 steals a game, and that is a testament to her intensity on defense. She is all over the floor. She plays hard. She's always in the middle of the action. And she's becoming better and better at staying out of foul trouble, and there she just barely misses another steal. Sauer down the floor, spin move in and out, no good. Marker with the putback, that won't go, and quickly ahead now to Callie Schultz. Callie's gonna head to the corner, look inside for Carly Hinn, off of Hinn's fingers and out of bounds. They had that set up perfectly. Carly had gone to the block, she just couldn't quite handle the pass. Falls out of bounds, 5:06 to go, and now Jacoby Knight comes in to give Callie Schultz a rest. Bayard finally able to get it into Sauer. Ahead and over the top this time to Trevino. She's got somebody underneath the basket. That was Marker, and had it blocked the first time, gets it back, and then the foul called. And this will be Kenna Campbell picking up her second foul. And it'll put Liz Marker at the free throw line for 2 with 4:55 left to go in this second quarter. First one is no good. Marker lines up the second. That one is off the front of the rim and no good. Carly Hinn tracks down the rebound. She'll get it to Kenna Campbell, and the Mustangs go to work. Josie Perez back to Kenna. Across to Knight. High post for Carly Hinn. She'll kick it out. Josie Perez will drive baseline, has it slapped out of her hands by Trevino as she went by. It'll stay with the Mustangs. And now four fresh Tigers into the lineup for Bayard. This will be Stewart. Who all else do we have in there? We've got number 11, that's a new player in the game, Jessica Whitebear. There's a nice out-of-bounds play. Kenna Campbell comes in, takes the return pass from Carly Hinn and puts it in for two more. Makes it 30-11. Mustangs with another steal, 3-on-4-on-1. Josie Perez goes up and a blocking foul called on Shaylee Peterson. That is her third. So Bayard has not had an answer for this press in the first half. So Josie knocks the first one down. Schultz in and Knight out. 31-11. Another opportunity. Attempt won't fall. And now Josie Perez brings it across. 4:06 to go. Into the corner for Campbell. Drives baseline. Contact. Kicks it out to Ferguson. Her shot up. That one won't go. Rebounded by Stewart and tipped out of bounds by Callie Schultz. .356 to go. Second quarter. Stewart gets it into Whitebear. She gets it ahead, but right to Kenna Campbell. Kenna goes up with it. She is fouled, and Kenna back to the free throw line for two. Give that foul to Jessica Whitebear. That's her first. Kenna she is 5 for 6 so far this afternoon. First one no good. Didn't mean to jinx her there. Now Sierra Garrett comes in to take the place of Rianne Ferguson. Kenna takes her time sizing up this second one, and she missed that one as well. Stewart turns and heads up the sideline, and then slapped out of bounds by Josie Perez. 3:41 to go, second quarter. They'll go high post for Marker. Off the underside of the basket and out of bounds off of one of the Mustangs. So Kildow will inbound it. She gets it into Liz Marker, and she gets her first points of the, gets her fourth point of the afternoon, makes it 31-13. Here's Garrett. Back around to Schultz. Josie Perez into the corner for Campbell. Now they'll reverse it. High post for Carly Hinn. Garrett out to Schultz. She'll drive in. Hinn across to Perez. She'll drive baseline, and a blocking foul called. And that is the fourth on Shaylee Peterson. 2 fouls. Oh, they don't give that to Peterson. Check that. They gave that to Liz Marker, and that'll be her second. Free throw by Josie is good. Josie 8 for 10 from the free throw line in this first half. Stewart brings it ahead, lost the handle, and then tipped out of bounds, and it will be Mustang basketball with 2:56 to go. .20 advantage with 2:50 to go before the half. 2-3 zone by Bayard. High post for Hinn. Looks underneath for Josie Perez, cutting and got it to fall. That pass is going to end up out of bounds. Mustang basketball. Just realized that we haven't caught any replays for you in this first half. As now Kildow and White Bear will get a breather. Sauer back in along with Bailey Lake. Kenna Campbell across for Garrett. Now onto the wing. Good ball movement by the Mustangs. They'll kick it back out. Kenna Campbell tries the three. That one's off the back iron, no good, but the offensive rebound by Josie Perez kicks it out for Carly Hinn. Back down onto the block for Kenna Campbell. Spin move. And that was a thing of beauty. And bodies hit the floor trying to keep the books and everything up. I missed it. You saw it at home. Here comes Trevino back in with 1:59 to go, 37-13. Now Gracie Perez in for Garrett. Campbell, Hinn, Gracie and Josie Perez, and Callie Schultz in the lineup for the Mustangs. Into the corner, Josie Perez, three-pointer up, nailed it. (40-13), and another takeaway and another foul. This one on Bailey Lake, that'll be her first. Callie Schultz to the line, and she'll have 2 free throws as the Mustangs are now into the double bonus. Callie 0 for 2 this afternoon from the line. 1:47 left to go before the half. First one is short off the front of the rim. And the second one is good. So Callie on the board, 41-13. And they've got another trap set up. And Sauer loses it out of bounds. Mustang basketball again. Well, this has been a rough go of it for these Bayard Tigers. Down onto the block for Carly Hinn. That one won't quite fall. Rebounded by Lauren Peterson and then taken away by Callie Schultz. They're going to say out of bounds off of Sauer. It'll be Mustang basketball with 1:35 to go. Campbell triggers it in to Schultz. Around to Gracie Perez. Back to Josie Perez. Back across to Gracie. They'll go right inside. Good look. Maybe one more pass than they should have gone for. Kenna Campbell had a open lane, but she tried to get it to Carly Hinn, and it's out of bounds. Mustangs maintain possession. 1:22 to go in the second quarter. Josie right back to Kenna. Spin move. Left hand won't go. And now back to the pressure. Lauren Peterson picks up her dribble. And that one nearly taken away. They'll get it ahead. Sauer, pull-up jumper off the glass and around the horn, and down it goes finally. Sierra Sauer with her first 2 points of the game makes it 41-15. We're under a minute left to go in this first half. Kenna Campbell sizes it up from the right wing. Good head fake, kicks it out for Josie Perez. Into the corner for Gracie. Three-pointer on the way. That one's no good. Carly Hinn, offensive rebound, and she traveled with it. Defender reached in and caused her to bobble that basketball just enough to get the travel. 40 seconds left. Sauer with the inbounds and another loose ball. Callie Schultz with another takeaway. They've got Josie Perez. She'll kick it out for Kenna Campbell. She'll drive in, hands it off to Carly Hinn, off the glass, up and good. Carly Hinn with 4 points. Carly's pulled down a lot of rebounds in this first half. She's got 4 points to go along with it. And now she's going to be called for the blocking foul. And that'll be her second with 13 seconds left to go in this first half. Now 4 fresh Mustangs. That's Garrett, Knight, Ferguson, and Bramer that will come in. Gracie and Josie Perez, Carly Hinn, and Kenna Campbell all will get a breather these last 13 seconds before the halftime break. So free throws at the other end. This is Sauer making the first, and she earns another. Second one falls off, no good. Lauren Peterson there with the rebound, and then the tie-up called. And Bayard maintains possession. 10 seconds left in the half. Sauer to inbound it. Tried to go into the corner. Callie Schultz made some contact. They're going to say out of bounds off of the Bayard Tigers. Mustang basketball with 10 seconds to go. Schultz takes it. Not in a big hurry here. 5 seconds. Schultz looks into the corner for Ferguson. Ferguson puts up the shot. Good at the buzzer. Well done, Rianne Ferguson. At the half, the Mustangs out in front, 45-16. We'll step aside and be back with some unofficial halftime scoring totals here from Gordon. So we are at the half. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go before the start of the third quarter. Mustangs out in front handily, 45-16. Let's take a look at some unofficial halftime scoring totals. For the Mustangs, Josie Perez with an outstanding first half. She scored 22 points in that first half. She was 8 for 10 from the free throw line. She had a pair of three-pointers and 4 shots from the field for 2. So quite a first half for Josie Perez, 22 points. She averages 20 per game. Not far behind, Kenna Campbell with 13, with 4 field goals and 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Carly added. Gracie Perez with 3 on 1 for 4 shooting. Tigers. Rough go, 4 points. leads the way. Sierra Sauer with 3. Also Avery Kildow with 3. And then Lauren Peterson with 2, as does Samantha Trevino, Shaylee and Shaylee Peterson. Then that rounds out the scoring in the first half for the Bayard Tigers. Folks, it is out with the old and in with the new this new year at Hins Home Furnishings. They've got a complete new line of spring air mattresses coming in. You can get great clearance pricing on the remaining models or get set up with special introductory pricing on the new ones. Either way, it's a win-win situation. And Hins also still has hybrid beds with individually pocketed coils wrapped in gel infused memory foam for the perfect soft yet supportive feel. Hins Home Furnishings offers free local delivery. Check them out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. And the certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Visit with Sarah Ritgarn, a CPA, or any of their professional staff at their new location just a little bit further south at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. Or you can give them a call, 282-0842, for all of your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Gordon, that would be Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, CPA, say, go Mustangs. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks as well as great Italian food and much more, and they've got a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. At Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon, their sale flyer. Sheridan County Journal-Star having all kinds of trouble here at halftime. Sheridan County Journal-Star, check out their sale flyer and stop in at Grocery Mart. Check out the great deals this week in downtown Gordon. And folks, there are wins and there are losses in basketball, and sometimes sprained ankles and chipped teeth. The sport of basketball isn't always pain-free, but at Gordon Dental, pain-free is always the goal. Visit with Dr. Robert Ferguson and his staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, exceptional dental experience. And the Gordon Community Theater is less than $20,000 away from reopening. Donations are still being accepted at 400 North Main Street in Gordon. Visit GordonTheater.com for more information. And the Sheridan County Players will be presenting Almost Maine over the next couple. That'll start, I think, opening night. Performances the 20th, 1st, and 22nd, and then the following weekend, the 27th, 28th, and 29th. So stop in over at Rushville. Check out one of the flyers that'll be hanging around town. But check out the performance of Almost Maine, performed by the Sheridan County Players over there in Rushville. 2.5 minutes left to go before the start of the second half. Mustangs comfortably out in front, 45-16. And stop in at Sides and Milburn Ford and check out this 2016 Ford Edge. It's got the sport package, all-wheel drive, and a leather interior. It's got the navigation, My Ford Touch, and all kinds of bells and whistles. And folks, once you've had those, it's hard to live without them. They are really nice. This is quite an outfit. It's only got 22,000 miles on it. You can drive it home on Monday. Stop in and see Chris Heiser. $35,825 is all it's going to take to get it done. They'll help you finance it and do whatever they need to do to make that vehicle yours. Stop in and see them at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville today. Well, this has been the Mustang Halftime Report, brought to you by Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. And one more way that Sides and Milburn supports this Mustang program and activities in the community. They once again this year are sponsoring a $500 half-court shot. That'll take place at halftime of the boys' game here in just a few minutes. Sides and Milburn Ford, great sponsors and supporters of Mustang athletics, and not just athletics, Gordon Rushville schools in general. So say thanks to Chris Heiser when you see him on the street. Let him know you appreciate all that support that they give to these kids. Ready to get the second half underway. Mustangs will have the basketball, and away we go. They go right to work on offense. Bayard sticks with that 2-3 zone. High post for Hinn, on the wing for Josie Perez. And now up top for Schultz. Quickly down low. Carly Hinn underneath, but can't quite finish. And down the floor come the Bayard Tigers. And Sauer is going to draw a foul against Callie Schultz. That'll be her second. One thing we didn't do is take a look at fouls on these players at the halftime break. Apologize for that. We'll get to that as we go. Kildow tries to get it inbounds, but it's taken away. Callie Schultz drives down, shot up. That one won't quite go. Sauer made her alter the shot, but Carly Hinn trailing picks up the rebound, and they'll get it back to who else but Josie Perez for two more for her. That's 24 on the game. 46. And another takeaway. Callie Schultz with a nifty flip that time. Ahead to Carly Hinn with the left hand, up and good. 6 points for her. And the Mustangs pick up right exactly where they left off in the first half. And now they've gone to a 1-3-1 zone again. Into the corner. Try to go high post, and the push is going to be called on Schultz. That'll be her third foul now. Faith Bramer with 2, Carly Hinn with 2, and Kenna Campbell with 2, the only other Mustangs with fouls. 6:52 to go in the third quarter, just underway here in the second half. And that shot on the inbound's no good. But Gracie Perez able to keep control of that basketball. Now they'll find Gracie trailing the play and right back to Schultz into the corner for Campbell. Campbell penetrates in, nobody stops her, but blocked and out of bounds. On good defense by the Tigers. 6:33 to go. Kenna inbounds it over the top to Gracie Perez. Open for three. Good. She's got 6 points on a pair of three-pointers this. That shot stay with the Bayard Tigers, as these refs have let a lot of contact go underneath the basket today, but it's been that way all the way around. Here is Stewart with the shot. That is up and good. Her first points of the afternoon. 52-18. Just about to wind past the 6-minute mark of this third quarter. High post for Hinn. Kicks it out for Gracie Perez. She'll try another three. That one is short. And rebounded by Marker. Taken away. That shot won't go. Carly Hinn with the offensive rebound. Gets it back. Kicks it out to Kenna Campbell. Now they'll swing it around and right back into Carly Hinn. Has Josie Perez cutting to the basket. Up and good. 26 on the afternoon for the all-time scoring leader for the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. That's another takeaway by the Mustangs. Josie Perez, 2-on-2, finds Carly Hinn into the lane. That one won't go off the glass. And quickly back the other way comes Stewart. Stewart cut off, goes high off the glass, and a blocking foul on Kenna Campbell. Kenna picks up her third. Stewart's first is good. Ferguson and Garrett come in. Hinn and Gracie Perez will leave for the Mustangs. 54-19. Stewart with one more opportunity. That one's no good. Garrett with the rebound. Campbell and Josie Perez both in the vicinity. Josie will bring it across and set it up with 5:05 to go. High post for Kenna. Kicks it out to Josie. She'll try the three. That one is short. And a collision there, out of bounds. It will be Bayard Tiger basketball. 4:57 to go in the third quarter. There's Kildow, drives into the corner for Trevino. And that one's kicked out of bounds by Kenna Campbell. Bayard basketball, 4:44 to go in the third. And the Mustangs have looked sharp here this afternoon. Catch and shoot that time by the Bayard Tigers, and quickly ahead to Callie Schultz. Hauls that one in and lays it up and good for two more. Stewart kicks it out for Trevino. Foot on the line, but good. 56-21. Callie Schultz across to Josie Perez. High post for Kenna. Kenna has it stripped away. Ferguson there. Her shot won't go, and then contact inside. Kenna hits the floor. She'll have free throws. That will go against Lauren Peterson. That, I believe, is her first. Kenna's first one is short. Jacoby Knight will come in for Ferguson. And Kildow heads to the bench as Shaylee Peterson back in for Bayard. And the second one finds its way home. 57-1, 4 minutes left to go. Peterson brings it across. Mustangs have got out of that full court pressure that was causing so much trouble for the Bayard Tigers in that first half, but good defensive pressure that time. And now a 2-on-1. Callie Schultz accelerates all the way in. Rebound and the putback won't go by Josie Perez. Callie Schultz running faster, dribbling the basketball than anybody else behind. There's a block by Kenna Campbell, slapped out of there. And now we got a foul called. I think this is going to be Liz Marker coming over the back. And that'll be her third. 3:29 to go. Third quarter action. Hinn comes in for Campbell. And Stewart gets a break. She'll be replaced by Jessica Whitebear for the Bayard Tigers. 3:25 to go, third quarter. Josie Perez sets it up onto the wing. Skip pass across to Knight. High post for Hinn. Back out into the corner. Now they go back down inside. Kick it out for Schultz. Her shot misses everything. And Josie Perez saves that one back in. The Mustangs back to work. Josie into the corner. Shot up. That one's short. Knight with the rebound. Her putback won't go. Carly Hinn's putback is too strong. Garrett misses one. That's tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. So everybody taking a crack at it, but they can't seem to get the lid off of the hoop here. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Knight will inbound it. Hinn up top for Schultz. High post for Carly Hinn. Into the corner for Josie. Down low on the block for Carly Hinn. That one rolls off no good. And the rebound by Lauren Peterson. Ends a string of half a dozen missed shots by the Mustangs. 2:35 to go, third quarter. Whitebear has it stripped away from behind by Josie Perez. And then Callie Schultz lost a sneaker in the exchange. And now we got a foul called. As Callie Schultz still out here near half court trying to tie her shoe. Foul called. Bayard with the 5-on-4 advantage. And that is the third on Carly Hinn. Liz Marker at the free throw line, but she misses the first. Trevino replaced in the lineup by Bailey Lake. 2:22 left to go. And that's a rebound by Sierra Garrett. 57-21. Josie gets it in tonight. She'll try the three. That one is short. Tipped out of bounds off of Carly Hinn. Bayard Tiger basketball with 2:09 to go in the third quarter. Good defense that time by Jacoby Knight, able to get the turnover and out of bounds. Gracie Perez comes back in for, as Coach Holbert getting a whole bunch of Mustangs into the game and getting. Sauer sets it up. Stewart, her shot blocked out of bounds. And Baird will try it again. Into the corner for Stewart. Good head fake pull up. That one is good. Has it slapped out of her hand. Ball. Not a whole lot of flow to this in the court. Perez kicks it out for Gracie Perez. That one's no good and rebounded by Stewart. Stewart tries to get it ahead, and they're going to say that she stepped on the sideline and will turn it back over to the Mustangs with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Josie has it on the wing across to Gracie. And then Rianne Ferguson just airmailed that one. Tried to get it to Josie Perez and threw it overhead and out of bounds. 37 seconds left in this third quarter. That one's poked away from behind by Josie Perez. Ferguson able to roll it out to Josie. Josie 1-on-3. Weaves through traffic up and no good, but she'll draw the foul. They'll give that to Bailey Lake, her second. Puts Josie at the line for two more. The first one off the mark and no good with 22 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Josie comes to the bench. Beth Bragg into the game. Good for Avery Kildow, the three-pointer. 7:03 left to go in this fourth quarter. They'll find Stewart cutting down the lane, and she puts it in. She's got 7 this afternoon. 6:44 to go, fourth quarter, 60-28. Schultz will trigger it as Beth Bragg on the wing, across to Schultz. Gracie back to Schultz, inside for Garrett. Shot up, good. Count the basket and one. Sierra Garrett drew the contact and able to knock that one down. 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Campbell back in for Bramer, and Josie Perez back in for Callie Schultz. So Sierra Garrett with a chance for the three-point play. Her shot is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Lauren Peterson. Stewart brings it up the floor for the Tigers. Three-pointer on the way, that's no good. Rebound gathered up by Josie Perez. So the Mustangs had started to pull their starters out. Bayard didn't go along with the plan, and so Mustang starters back in there, or some of them. Battle done inside. Peterson wins that battle, and then a traveling call on Stewart And now Bayard will send in a whole host of substitutes. .5:55 left to go in the game. Kenna Campbell, a little move inside. That one won't go, and then she's fouled by Trevino. And that may be Trevino's first foul of the day. Puts Kenna at the free throw line for 2. First one is good. Kenna's got 15 points on the afternoon. The pace of scoring for the Mustangs has slowed down considerably here in the second half, as both of those are good. 5:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs back into a 2-3 zone now. Trevino on the wing, high post for Kildow. Has that one blocked, but they're going to say contact. Say Kenna got her with the body. Should be Kenna's fourth foul. No, they give that foul to Sierra Garrett, actually. And that is her first. The first free throw no good. And now the Mustangs will pull everybody out and send a whole other fresh group in. Not a whole lot of bodies left over there on the Mustang bench. Both free throws no good. Stays at 64-28. Under 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Knight finds Hinn at the high post. Right back into her again. Turnaround jumper off the block. That won't go, but Ferguson is there. Has that shot blocked, and I think we're going to have a traveling call on Faith Bramer. And it has been a consistent job this afternoon by these officials, as they have let that contact go under the basket. And that was one more case. Contact there caused the travel. Bayard Tiger basketball. Here's Sauer's shot. That one won't go. Tipped out. And Callie Schultz brings it up the floor. Now she'll realize that Mustangs don't have numbers and pull it back. Knight to Ferguson at the top of the key. And across to Schultz. 4:45 to go. And that's a foul. A lot of contact that time. A little too much by Kildow. That'll be her second. Now both teams making wholesale changes. High post for Hinn. Across to Schultz. Cut off, tried to go inside. Ferguson comes up with it. Knight with the head fake, drives in. And they're going to say a 3-second call on the Mustangs. 4:31 left to go, fourth quarter. Again, we appreciate your patience. I know this internet service has not been what we'd like for it to be today. And another takeaway by Callie Schultz. A 4-on-1, and somehow the Mustangs can't convert it over the outstretched hands of Carly Hinn and out of bounds. Garrett, Bragg, and now Grace Anderson into the game for the first time this afternoon with 4:16 to go in the fourth quarter. They'll go into the corner for Lauren Peterson, skip it across to Kylie Stewart, yes, but out of bounds as Jacoby Knight tipped it. It'll stay with Bayard. 4:05 to go, fourth quarter. Kylie Stewart for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound by Grace Anderson. And Garrett will get it off to Beth Bragg, and she'll cross the timeline with it as we're under 4 to go. Knight goes inside for Garrett. Garrett can't quite get that one to fall, and rebounded by Stewart. Stewart ahead. Down the floor. She found Bailey Lake down there, and she's going to draw the foul. That foul, I believe, called on Beth Bragg. That is her first. Bailey Lake with 2 shots. First one in and out, no good. One more for Lake here with 3:35 to go in the 4th quarter. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Jacoby Knight tracks it down and wins the battle for it. Quickly ahead to Bragg. Bragg up the right side. Looks in, cut off. Now she'll find Knight. Pull-up jumper, that one's no good. Off the front of the rim, out of bounds off of Stewart. Yeah, now they get it right. Mustang basketball with 3:22 to go. Knight tries to go over the top for Anderson, but it's taken away by Stewart, who nearly double dribbled and then traveled. Anderson to inbound. Finds Bragg, and then she loses the handle out of bounds. It'll be Tiger. No, they're going to, now the referees disagree, and they're going to say it stays with the Mustangs. Grace Anderson inbounds it, finds Knight. She'll dribble out of trouble, and she dribbled it on the sideline. Tiger basketball with 3:11 to go. Ferguson in for Knight. So on the floor for the Mustangs, Bragg, Anderson, Ferguson, Garrett, and Bramer. Stewart crosses the timeline, sets it up. Here's Lake on the wing, looks, she needs some help, finds Stewart. Back to Lake, she'll try the 3. That one off the glass and no good. Grace Anderson with the rebound, and then Lake is going to come in and foul her, and that'll be free throws. That'll be free throws for Grace Anderson. First one falls in, it's good. That ends a long scoring drought for both teams. 2:55 to go as she gets the friendly roll on both of them. 66-28. Trevino tries the long 3, or no, foot on the line. Say it's a 2. She's got 6 points. Bragg down the floor. And now Anderson between the circles, finds Bragg. Bragg drives in, got herself kind of out in between, but that one's going to be Mustang basketball. And a timeout called by the Mustangs, Coach Randy Holbert. 2:24 to go in the 4th quarter, 66-30. So folks, cheer on the Mustangs this season with a smile that looks great and feels great by taking a trip to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his exceptional staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, patient-oriented dental experience. They'll take great care of you at Gordon Dental in downtown Gordon. Grace Anderson to inbound it for the Mustangs. Finds Bragg. Has that one poked away, but she gets it back. And now to Anderson on the wing. Inside for Garrett. To the baseline, loses the handle. Battle for it, shuffled out to Anderson. Now she'll dribble back out of trouble as they try to double team her there. Across to Ferguson with 2 minutes to go in the game. Back to Anderson on the wing. Garrett squares up, and kicks it out for Anderson. Here's Bramer. Thought about the shot, passed it up. Bragg drives in. That one's off and no good. Lauren Peterson with the rebound. Good defensive pressure by the Mustangs, and they made her throw it away. So Knight will come back in for the Mustangs. Ferguson to the bench, and more wholesale substitutions for the Bayard Tigers. And just about everybody gets into the game for the Bayard Tigers. Knight gets it back to Anderson on the inbounds with 1.5 minutes to go. Anderson trapped. Garrett comes out of there with it and gets it to Knight. Well, these young Mustangs having a hard time getting some offensive flow going against the Bayard Tiger defense. Knight on the wing. Back up top for Bragg. 1:15 to go. Anderson. She'll put it on the floor and across to Knight. Into the corner for Garrett. Skip pass across for Anderson. And now to Knight. Out to Bragg. Under 1 minute to go. Mustangs with good ball movement here, but nobody really in a notion to shoot it. And then that one's going to be tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Mustangs. It'll be Tiger basketball with 46 seconds to go. And now the last of the Bayard Tigers will make their way onto the floor. A whole bunch of folks that we'll see if we can see who all we've got. We've got Jessica Whitebear, Leah Albro, Katie Cotton, and that is Lauren Henkel there, as that one's nearly taken away by the Mustangs. Beth Bragg, and then we're going to have a traveling call. Who else do we have in the game for Bayard? 31, that would be Kaylee Nelson. That would complete the 5 on the floor. 33 seconds left to go in this one, 66-30. Glad to have you along with us this afternoon. Long shot that time, no good. Jacoby Knight pulls down the rebound with 20 seconds to go. Beth Bragg up the left side, accelerates in, shot up, lays it up, and good. So 3 seconds left. Bayard trying to get the shot off. Whitebear at the buzzer. That won't go. Final score, 68-30. We'll keep it right here for just a bit as we try to add these final unofficial scoring totals up for you. So just bear with me here. So let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals as the Mustangs take down the Bayard Tigers 68-30 here this afternoon. For the Mustangs, leading the way, Josie Perez, 27 points. Kenna Campbell with 17. Gracie Perez had 6. Carly Hinn also with 6. Callie Schultz with 3. And then 3 Mustangs with 2 points apiece. We had Rianne Ferguson, that's not Jacoby Knight, that's Beth Bragg and Grace Anderson, all with 2 points apiece. For the Bayard Tigers, Kylie Stewart led the way with 6 points. Avery Kildow and Samantha Trevino each with 6. Liz Marker had 4, Sierra Sauer 3, Shaylee Peterson 2, and Lauren Peterson with 2. Mustangs improve that season record. They've got a winning record for the first time this season. 5-4. Bayard falls to 3-6 on the season. So folks, stay tuned. As you can see, they've got 20 minutes on the clock. We're about that far away from boys varsity action between the Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. We certainly hope you'll hang around with us and enjoy that along with us as well. Again, we know that this internet has been a challenge this afternoon. I apologize for that. Every time we think we've got everything exactly figured out, it makes another. But bear with us. It's been very, very good about coming back to us, and so stick with us as the Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. And just about a little over 20 minutes away, right here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net. Just under 11 minutes to go before the start of boys varsity action between the Gordon Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. First, for the Bayard Tigers, they come into today's game with a season record of 1 win and 6 losses. Been a rough go in the early going for the Tigers this season. Starters this afternoon will be number 2, Bryce Burry. And we'll try to give you a little more information as we go here. Bryce Burry is a 5'10" junior. Number 4, Hayden Sherbarth, is a 6' senior. Number 15, Dawson Crehaw. He is a 5'6" sophomore. Number 23, Peyton Oliveris. He is a 6'3" sophomore. And number 35, Justin Whitebear. And he is a 6' sophomore. For the Mustangs, they come in this afternoon with a season record of 5-1. Their only loss on the season in the championship game of the Alliance Holiday Tournament to the Alliance Bulldogs. Of course, the Alliance playing in Class B, and they are an outstanding outfit. A very impressive group there in Alliance, a lot of size and a lot of athleticism, and they really took it to the Mustangs the last outing. And so the Mustangs look to extend their winning ways, looking for their 6th win on the season. Starting this evening for the Mustangs, number 4, Dylan Schwarting. He averages 10 points a game to lead the Mustangs. Number 10 is Brady Bolender. He averages 7 points a game. Number 12, Corby Campbell, averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds. Number 22, Trace Bagan, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds. And number 24, Jared Nelson, averaging 9 points and 4 assists per game for the Mustangs. As we take a look at team totals, Mustangs averaging 50 points per game. Bayard averaging just 39. The Mustangs 45% field goal percentage to just 32 for the Bayard Tigers. Both teams fairly even on the rebounding totals, 25 for the Mustangs, 23 for the Bayard Tigers, and both average about 7 steals per game. But on the season, the Mustangs outscoring on average the Bayard Tigers by about 11 points per game and shooting a much higher field goal percentage. 8 minutes and change left to go before we get this thing underway. Glad to have you along with us, and if you've been with us the whole afternoon, you know that we've struggled with our Wi-Fi connection here this afternoon, but hang around, stick with us. It's been doing a good job of coming back to us, and so if we do happen to hang up, be patient and keep trying, and we will we'll hopefully be back with more game action for you in just a little bit. Usually doesn't take very long. 7.5 minutes left to go in the pregame. I'd like to remind you that the Sheridan County Journal-Star is your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County, and this is the SheridanCountyJournalStar.net website that you're looking at right now. Current and up-to-date, a whole wealth of information on that website. Become a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, and especially the online edition, and get all the news that you want right at your fingertips on your desktop, laptop, or your mobile device. Also, one of our signature sponsors this year, again, for been great sponsors for several years in a row here. Modern Farm Equipment. Check them out. All kinds of information. They're available at their website. And, of course, Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, sidesandmilburn.com. Check out their new and used inventory. All kinds of great information there as well from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors, Modern Farm Equipment in Gordon, and be back in just a few minutes with starting lineups as we get this thing underway. 6 minutes left to go before the start of today's varsity boys action between the Gordon Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. always makes for a great atmosphere when we got the band tuned up right next to us. And hard to beat high school basketball on a cold January day. Glad to have you along with us. Let's recap these starters one more time while we have just a few minutes before we get this thing underway. Bayard comes in at 1-6. Starters today: number 2, Bryce Burry; number 4, Hayden Sherbarth; number 15, Dawson Crehaw; number 23, Peyton Oliveris; and number 35, Justin Whitebear. And for the Mustangs, the 5-1 Gordon Rushville Mustangs: number 4, Dylan Schwarting; number 10, Brady Bolender; number 12, Corby Campbell; number 22, Trace Bagan; and number 24, Jared Nelson. Both teams finishing up their last couple of minutes of warm-ups as we're under 2 minutes left to go before we get this started here this afternoon. In case you missed it earlier, the Lady Mustangs came out on top 68-30 over the Bayard Tigers, and the boys hoping to follow suit here this afternoon. Mustangs looking ahead. It's hard not to already. They had such a good season a year ago. And doing a little bit of research this afternoon, Gothenburg, the team that knocked off the Mustangs in the district final and headed to the state tournament in their place. Gothenburg sitting rated number 4th in the state right now, and they again in that C111 sub-district. And they would look to be the team to beat out of the C16 district to head to state. So the Mustangs, that's looking a long ways ahead, but the Gothenburg Swedes looming for anybody that's hoping to come out of this district. So let's turn it over to the public address announcer for the introductions of the starting lineups. Well, the gang is all here. Let's get this thing underway. 8 minutes on the clock. Corby Campbell in the center circle, ready to jump it up against Peyton Oliveris. And it is controlled by the Bayard Tigers, and we are underway. Quickly into the lane, shot up and no good. Rebounded by Corby Campbell. Mustangs out on the run. Jared Nelson puts the shot up after the contact, but the foul is there, and Nelson will have free throws. Give that foul to Hayden Sherbarth, his first. Jared Nelson with 2 free throws to start this thing off right out of the gate. First one is good. The Mustangs draw first blood. A second high arcing shot, no good. Tipped around out of there and picked up by Dawson Crehaw. He'll bring it up the floor for the Bayard Tigers. Crehaw not very big, guarded by Bolender, loses it out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. Crehaw listed at 5'6". So the Mustangs get the turnover. Bolender will set it up on the wing for Schwarting. Bagan between the circles and now to Bolender. Campbell will hand it off to Nelson. Nelson goes to work, drives down the lane, can't get that finger roll to fall, and here come the Tigers. find Crehaw. He kicks it out for Burry into the corner for Crehaw. That one is going to be off the fingertips and out of bounds. Mustang basketball. 7:01 to go. Early going of the first quarter. Bolander onto the wing for Nelson. Bagan swings it around for Bolander. They look right back inside for Nelson. Up and good. Nelson with 3 points. All 3 Mustang points. And now man-to-man full court pressure by the Mustangs. They go over the top, and it's taken away by Schwarting. Able to shovel it to Campbell after the takeaway. Now Nelson quickly up the left side. Pull-up jumper for 3. That one missed the whole works. And out of bounds, Tiger basketball. 6:22 to go in this first quarter. Mustangs lead at 3-0. And Bayard quickly up the floor with it. Have it taken away. Here's Corby Campbell ahead to Brady Bolander. 2 steps over the top of the front of the rim, and Brady didn't even have a chance to dribble that. Couldn't quite get it to fall, and there's an over and back call by Justin Whitebear. Lost track of where he was. 6:06 to go, first quarter. In Brady's defense, he was moving at a pretty high rate of speed. Not much of a chance to gather himself when he took that shot. Here's Trace Bagan on the wing. Campbell, Bolander quickly inside for Bagan. Draws the contact, can't get the shot to go, but the foul and 2 shots for Trace Bagan. Foul by Oliveras. 5:54 to go, first quarter. First one misses. Now Lane Hargens comes in. He'll take the place of Hayden Sherbarth. And Bagan gets the second. Whitebear will work against Schwarting. Crosses the timeline, kicks it out. Good move underneath, but the shot won't go. Put back won't either, and the Mustangs on the run. Here's Jared Nelson. Nelson to the baseline, flips it back for Campbell. That one is short. Trace Bagan is there, flips the rebound out. And then a scramble for it and out of bounds. Crehaw the last to touch it. Mustangs will maintain possession here. Well, Bayard may be 1-6, but they haven't done it for lack of effort. They've been all over the floor here in the early going. Into the corner for Nelson. To Bolander, turns the corner. Kicks it out to Nelson, steps back behind the three-point line, high arcing shot, that's no good. And Schwarting gets the long rebound. Schwarting drives in to Campbell, tried to go underneath for Bagan. Nelson's got it in the corner, and now he'll bring it up to the wing. 4:50 to go. Skip pass across to Bolander, into the corner for Schwarting. His 3, up and good. And we're going to have a blocking foul. I think that's going to be Corby Campbell. Corby gets his first. 4:31 to go. Mustangs with a 7-0 lead. Crehaw gets it into Whitebear. Pull-up jumper off the back iron and no good. Nelson wins the battle for that rebound. Quickly ahead to Corby Campbell. Lays that one up and good. And we got a timeout called on the floor. Mustangs out in front, 9-0. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and much more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. And stop in and see the good folks at Grocery Mart You can check out their sale flyer, their weekly sale flyer, in the Sheridan County Journal-Star this week. Lots of great deals there at Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon. Shop with that friendly hometown atmosphere. And the certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Visit with Sarah Rittgarn. She's a CPA, or any of their professional staff at their new location at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. Or you can call 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. GLR says, go Mustangs. 4:18 left to go. First quarter, Mustangs out in front, 9-0. And the Mustangs now look like they're set up in a 1-3-1 full court trap. Bayard will have to deal with that. Back and forth they go. Now they'll get it across and go to work on offense. Pull-up jumper this time. That is short. Bolender came out of there with it and then tried to head up the floor, ran smack into White Bear, and then is called for the foul. So Brady picks up his first foul. And now Lane Meeks, Carson Hinn, and Morgan Holbert come into the ball game for the Mustangs. 2 fouls for each team. 4:01 to go in the first quarter. Creha gets it into White Bear. Into the lane, shot up, missed everything, but there's Burry with the rebound. Finds Sherbarth, his shot up and good. Bayard on the board, it's 9-2. Holbert to Bagan and around to Carson Hinn. Into the corner, Nelson drives baseline. Had Lane Meeks there, but Burry stepped in front of the pass and took it away. White Bear ahead, here's Burry. White Bear and inside for Sherbarth. Sherbarth lost the handle, got it back, goes up strong, and puts it in. .3:15 to go, 9-4. Here's Holbert out near the center circle. Nelson in the corner. They get it inside for Meeks. Tried to get it across for Bagan, but taken away by Burry again. White Bear drives in, lost the handle, out of bounds. It'll be Bayard Tiger basketball. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter. Creha goes over the top. Carson Hinn with the takeaway, and here goes Carson down the floor and blocked. Nice defensive recovery that time by Burry. Carson slowed down to lay that up, and the nice clean block that time by Burry. And now he'll come out of the game, and into the game comes Joe Ferrero. 2:48 to go. Try to get it into Meeks. That'll stay with the Mustangs. Tipped out of bounds by Sherbarth. So Nelson will trigger the inbounds play for the Mustangs. Finds Bagan. Now Holbert. Back to Nelson. Three-pointer from the corner. Up, and that one won't go. Tipped around, and the rebound controlled by Hargens. And then nearly taken away by Holbert, but lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers with 2:35 to go in the first quarter. White Bear into the corner. Up top for Creha. Drives in. Leaves it for White Bear. Drives in, but has it stripped away, but they're going to say a reach-in foul called on the floor. And they'll get Jared Nelson. That's his first. 2:26 to go and a 5-point advantage for the Mustangs. They'll get it into Sherbarth. Works inside, shot up high, that won't go. Nelson quickly out with the rebound. Ahead to Morgan Holbert. Lays it up. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound controlled by the Bayard Tigers. The Mustangs missed 2 easy ones there. They go inside for Sherbarth. Squares up, works against Bagan, and got that one to fall. Sherbarth with all 6 Tiger points. Nelson drives in, pull-up jumper. Just can't get it to fall through the hoop right now. Under 2 to go. Crehaw with it. Works against Holbert. On the sideline, and they'll turn it over. That was Ferrero. Mustang basketball. Schwarting and Campbell back in. Bagan and Nelson to the bench for a breather. Now Oliveris back into the game. And Sherbarth with a break. So Morgan Holbert will set the offense for the Mustangs. Working against a 3-2 zone by the Tigers. They get it underneath. Corby Campbell, the reverse layup won't go. Schwarting tips that one around and out of bounds it goes. Tiger basketball. So the Mustangs not very sharp. They came out looking good early, but they've lost some of that edge that they had in the early going in the first couple of minutes. And now we've got a 30-second timeout called by the Bayard Tigers. Proudly celebrating over 125 years, you guessed it, that is the First National Bank of Gordon. That's 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting the community. Good luck this season, Mustangs. Ask them about their competitive student checking accounts. First National Bank is located at 134 North Main Street in Gordon. And folks, we got a lot of snow on the ground, bound to get some more. And so if you're tired of shoveling, head on down to the Gordon True Value for great deals on snow blowers. They've got everything else you're going to need, ice melt, snow shovels, and when you get all done with that, they've got the ice fishing gear as well. And space heaters to thaw everything out that's frozen up. So they're open 7 days a week, 217 North Main Street in Gordon. 1:26 to go, first quarter. Mustangs lead was 9. It's now been cut to 3. And now they're going to apply some full court pressure here. Bayard quickly up the floor. Oliveris gets it back, gets it to Burry. White Bear looks inside for Oliveris, tipped around and right back into Lane Meeks. Hinn ahead to Campbell, gathers that one in, somehow doesn't travel with it. And back to Schwarting with a minute left to go in this first quarter. High post for Schwarting, tried to leave it for Meeks, saves it back in, but saves it right back into Hargens. 48 seconds for Bayard to work in this first quarter. Shot from the free throw line by Oliveris. And Bayard back to a 1-point game at 9-8 with 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. The Mustangs trying to diagnose this 3-2 zone by the Bayard Tigers. They'll go high post for Schwarting. Kick it out for Carson Hinn, three-pointer. That won't go. And Hargens with the rebound, but Hinn steps in front of the outlet pass and takes it back. 4 seconds. Schwarting with the long three-pointer. Good! That's a pair of three-pointers for Dylan Schwarting. 6 points in that first quarter. We head to the second quarter. The Mustangs extend the lead to 12-8.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Being equipped for tomorrow starts today. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
So we head to the second quarter. The Mustangs with a 4-point advantage at 12-8. Dylan Schwarting with the last second three-pointer. He's got 6 points to lead the Mustangs. Jared Nelson with 3, Corby Campbell with 2, and Trace Bagan with 1 for the Mustangs. And for the Bayard Tigers, it's been mostly Hayden Scherbarth. He's got 6. Peyton Oliveris with 2 as we start the second quarter. Nelson in the corner. Out to Bolander. They'll reverse the ball around. Nelson on the baseline, backs it out. Schwarting and around to Bolander. Back to Nelson on the other side. They go inside for Campbell, kicks it out for Trace Bagan. That shot up, won't quite go, but there's Nelson with the rebound, the putback, and the score. So the Mustangs have had some opportunities in the early going here, but they've missed on several of those easy buckets in close. There's a takeaway by Trace Bagan, quickly ahead to Brady Bolander. Out races Burry, but can't keep a hand on it, and it sails out of bounds. Mustangs really trying to get up and down the floor in a hurry here. They lead it 14-8. And now Ferrero heads to the bench. And Scherbarth back in there. White Bear gets it across. And Mustangs are going to get another one here. Brady Bolander tracks that one down, trying to find somebody trailing. Corby Campbell can't get the putback to go. And now we got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Here's Burry. Drives in, up and under. That won't go. Campbell with the rebound. Both teams like to get up and down the floor. Nelson for the long three-pointer in transition. That one is good. 17-8. The Mustangs on a little bit of a run here. An 8-0 run for Gordon Rushville. That one tipped, but Scherbarth able to track it down. No, they're going to say out of bounds. Did he step on the sideline? Either way, it's a turnover for the Mustangs. They'll get it back. 6:32 to go, second quarter. So not a big Bayard Tigers squad, but boy, they hustle on defense. And they like to get up and down the floor in transition. Schwarting drives in, draws the contact. Blocking foul, they're going to say on the floor. That'll be on Scherbarth, and that's his second. Third team foul for the Bayard Tigers. 6:16 to go in the second quarter. Scherbarth out, and Hargan's back in. Bolander on the wing, looks in, into the corner for Schwarting, and now we've got an offensive foul on the Mustangs. That'll be Trace Bagan. Didn't like the pick that he set. Leaned in just a little too much. And that'll be his first foul. Creha loses the handle, working against Bolander. Now the Mustangs will try to trap him. Dribbles out of trouble, and down the floor they go. Brady Bolander tried to go for the steal, but he's going to be called for his second foul. Fourth foul on the Mustangs in this first half. Well, Brady will get a breather. Morgan Holbert comes back in to the game for the Mustangs. Creha to his right. Now they'll go high post for Oliveris. Tries to go over the top of, I think that was Trace Bagan. Shot was short, but tipped out of bounds off the Mustangs. It'll stay with Bayard. 5:48 to go, second quarter. Over the top to Oliveris, turns, heads down the lane, shot up off the glass, and good. 17-10, 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Nelson tries the long three. That one is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Jared Nelson. 20-13, biggest advantage of the game for the Mustangs with 5:24 to go, and a takeaway by Trace Bagan. And whoever he was passing it to didn't know that it was coming their way. Mustangs lucky to keep a hold of that one. 5:10 to go. Mustangs set it up on offense. Now more of a 1-2-2 zone look. Holbert high post for Nelson. Down the lane, flipped it out for Campbell. Campbell in a wrestling match for it. held ball called, and this will be Bayard Tiger basketball on the alternating possession with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So Jared Nelson has been dialed in early on from three-point land. He's got a pair of them in this first half. White Bear works down the floor, but he can't control it. Quickly ahead to Morgan Holbert. Morgan, pull-up jumper, good. Morgan kind of got out in the middle of no man's land there with no trailers to help him out. 22-10, 4:40 to go. Creha just about lost it and does. The Mustangs get it back, 2-on-1. Holbert to Campbell, and he can't get a grip on it. Out of bounds, Tiger basketball. Kind of been the story of the Mustangs afternoon. They've been close a whole lot of times, but just a little bit too far out on the edge and couldn't convert that time. That one's tipped. Nelson gets it back, flips it around, and a push called on the Bayard Tigers. That foul called on Joe Ferrero, his first. Burry and Ferrero to the bench. 4:25 to go, second quarter. Into the corner for Nelson. Down to the baseline for Campbell. Back out for Nelson. He'll try the three again. That one no good, but they're going to say that the box out was after the shot. No free throws for Mr. Nelson. But it is another foul on the Bayard Tigers. That'll be their fifth for the team. And that is the first foul for Bryce Burry. Morgan Holbert will set it up. Swings it around for Jared Nelson. That is a long three-pointer. That one's no good, but Trace Bagan is there. He flips it out and saves it back into Burry. Burry 1-on-3, drives in, around traffic. Well done, Bryce Burry. Up and good for two. 3:50 to go in the first half. Holbert drives in, down the lane, little floater, that won't go. Bagan tips it out, and Nelson gathers it in. They'll go down onto the baseline for Campbell, contact, and the foul. Corby Campbell will have free throws. That foul called, I believe that's Hargens. It is his first. Campbell's first free throw rolls in. He's got 3 points on the afternoon and one more free throw on the way. 3:39 to go. Schwarting will get a breather. Carson Hinn back into the game. And Corby Campbell made them both. Lane Meeks in for Corby Campbell now. And there's nearly a steal by Meeks, and now quickly the other way comes Bayard with numbers. A good job by Morgan Holbert to get in there and tip that one just enough to get the turnover. Out of bounds off the Tigers. 3:33 to go, Mustang basketball, and a 12-point lead. Forgot to put that last free throw up. Nelson on the wing, he'll head to the baseline, cut off, kicks it back up top. They'll swing it around to Carson Hinn on the wing. Carson looks, back to Morgan, drives in, tried to feed it down low. There wasn't a whole lot of room for error on that pass. Tied up, held ball, Mustang basketball with 3:08 to go in the first half. Pretty narrow window to make that pass down to the baseline and couldn't quite get it done. Nelson gets it into Bagan. Now they swing it around. Nelson in the corner. Jump stop, pull up jumper, good. Nelson's got 13, I think, if the quick addition is correct, in this first half. 2:45 to go. Creha works up top, finds Burry. Skips it across to Hargens. High off the glass and off the side of the board, actually. Mustangs quickly ahead to Carson Hinn. Now they'll pull it back. Into the corner, this is Holbert. Shot up, in and out, no good. Meeks in there trying to get a hold of that rebound. Bagan gets it. Nelson with the shot. It is good for 3. Jared Nelson hits the deck again. Makes it 29-12, and now the Mustangs with the advantage. Nelson saves it back in. Somehow Carson Hinn is there. And a blocking foul called. Well, that was a wild exchange, and the Bayard fans not particularly happy about the whole thing. The foul, they haven't put it up on the board. That's against Justin Whitebear. That's his first, and it puts Carson Hinn at the free throw line. 2 shots for Carson Hinn. Carson's first is off the back iron and no good. (29-12), 2:06 to go. Carson lines up the second. That one also off the back iron. Tipped out of there by Meeks and out of bounds. It'll be Bayard Tiger basketball with 2:04 left to go in the first half. Carson will head to the bench. Nelson, Schwarting, Campbell, Holbert, and Meeks, the 5 on the floor for the Mustangs now. Whitebear works his way up the sideline. Drives in, and we got a push called on the Mustangs. It's going to be Dylan Schwarting. He was kind of trailing the play and called for the push. His first foul. Burry takes the inbounds to Crehaw. Now he'll pull it back between the circles and reset the offense. Whitebear works to the baseline. Back up top for Crehaw. 3-pointer on the way. That one won't go. Lane Meeks with the rebound. Morgan Holbert looks to push it up the floor. Nelson to the baseline. Cut off. Hands it to Corby Campbell. That shot may have been altered a little bit. May have been partially blocked. Can't get it to go. 1:25 to go. Crehaw back the other way. Man-to-man defense by the Mustangs. Burry had that shot partially blocked, tipped out of bounds. Mustang basketball. 1:11 left to go in the second quarter. I would like to brag on our Wi-Fi holding up fairly well, but I'm not going to do it. 1 minute left to go in this first half. Holbert drives in, kicks it out for Nelson on the wing, into the corner for Schwarting. Finds Campbell, kicks it back out for Nelson. He tried to do something with it, ran out of space there, caught it in midair, not much he could do. Flipped out of bounds, and it'll be Tiger basketball with 45 seconds left to go. These kids play at such a fast pace. Now here's Burin down to the baseline. Whitebear for 3. That one was well short. Schwarting gathers it in and flips it back, but Burry's there to pick it up. And then a traveling call. 21 seconds left to go in the half. Mustangs out in front, 29-12. They've got 20 seconds to work. Coach says we're going to hold for one shot. 15 seconds. That's not going to be hard to do. Schwarting in the corner. Up for Morgan. Holbert to the wing with 6. Nelson inside for Meeks. Down low off the glass. That one won't fall. And at the half, it's the Mustangs 29 and the Bayard Tigers 12. Well, let's take a look at unofficial halftime scoring. For the Mustangs, Jared Nelson with 16 in the first half. 3 3-pointers for Jared Nelson. Dylan Schwarting with 6, Corby Campbell with 4, Morgan Holbert with 2, and Trace Bagan with 1. For the Bayard Tigers, Hayden Sherbarth with 6 points to lead the way, Peyton Oliveras with 4, and Bryce Burry with 2 rounds out the scoring for the Bayard Tigers. We'll bring you the half-court shot, all of those festivities here. So we got a chance at a half-court shot for $500 here. And so this is sponsored by Sides and Milburn Ford. $500 for a made shot from half court. Very generous of Sides and Milburn Ford, and here it goes. Lets it fly. Oh, that was close. Close, but no cigar, and so a nice consolation prize on the Sides and Milburn $500 half-court attempt. Well, let's go back, and we've got some replays from the first half. Let's take a look. I never quite remember what we've got. Let's take a look at these and see what it looks like. Underneath for Bagan. Nelson's got it in the corner, and now he'll bring it up to the wing. 4:50 to go. Skip pass across to Bolender. Into the corner for Schwarting. His 3, up and good. For Schwarting. Kick it out for Carson Hinn, 3-pointer. That won't go. And Hargens with the rebound, but Hinn steps in front of the outlet pass and takes it back. 4 seconds. Schwarting with the long 3-pointer. Good! It is good for 3. Jared Nelson hits the deck again. Makes it 29-12, and now the Mustangs with the advantage. Nelson saves it back in. Somehow Carson Hinn is there. So at the half, the Mustangs out in front, 29-12. About 6 minutes left in the halftime break, so head to the refrigerator, grab yourself a snack, and be back ready to go for the second half in about 6 minutes. We'll step aside and be back with more of the Sides and Milburn halftime report from Gordon. The Mustangs out in front, 29-12 over the Bayard Tigers. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company. They offer all forms of insurance in Gordon. And whether your tooth was knocked out going up for a layup or you chipped it while you're eating popcorn, head on down to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his outstanding staff at Gordon Dental for all of your dental health needs, and he will gently fix you right up. And folks, the Gordon Community Theater is less than $20,000 away from reopening the movie theater in Gordon. Donations are still being accepted at 400 North Main Street in Gordon. You can visit gordontheater.com for more information. Ready to get the second half underway. Mustangs out in front, 29-12. It was a close game. They opened up with a 9-point advantage. They led 9-0, but Bayard came back and closed the gap at 9-8 just before the end of the first quarter when the Mustangs hit a long three-pointer. I think that was Dylan Schwarting at the buzzer. Extended that lead to 4 at 12-8, and then the Mustangs got some traction in that second quarter and pulled ahead to the 29-12 lead, and that's where it stands as we get ready to start this second half. Again, if you missed it, leading scorer for the Mustangs, Jared Nelson, has 16. Dylan Schwarting with 6, Corby Campbell with 4, Morgan Holbert with 2, and Trace Bagan with 1. And for the Bayard Tigers, Hayden Sherbarth with 6, Peyton Oliveris with 4, and Bryce Burry with 2. So on the floor to start the second half for the Mustangs, Nelson, Campbell, Schwarting, Bagan, and Holbert. And for the Tigers, Creha, White Bear, Burry, Sherbarth, and Alvarez. They go inside. Campbell kicks it out. Nelson for 3. That one is short. Crashing the boards was Alvarez. And Bayard will bring it up the floor. Creha works to the left wing, now reverses his field and comes back the other way. Trying to get some picks going there. Now Burry between the circles. Go inside for Oliveris. Into the corner for Creha. Skip pass across for White Bear. His shot up and no good. And the rebound by Campbell, but then slapped out of his hands. And then a foul called on the Mustangs. Foul called on Campbell, maybe a little bit of a frustration foul that time as Corby had it forcibly removed from his grip underneath. No foul called. 7:14 to go. First one by Oliveris is no good. So he lines up the second. And it falls through, makes it 29-13. On the wing for Nelson, pull-up jumper. That one is short and misses everything. And that is 2 quick fouls on Corby Campbell, and just like that, he's got 3. He's gonna have to come out of the game. Lane Meeks comes in to replace him. .7:03 to go, third quarter. White Bear over the top to Burry, drives in, and now gets it back out. Creha tries to turn the corner, gets it to Oliveris, leaves it inside for Sherbarth. His shot rolls off no good, rebounded by Nelson. Quickly ahead to Morgan Holbert. Morgan accelerates to the baseline, tried that bad angle shot. Sherbarth pulls the rebound. Poked from behind by Holbert, and the foul called. That's Morgan's first. 3 fouls in the second half on the Mustangs already. They get it into White Bear. He'll go to the baseline. Kicks it back out for Oliveris. His shot up and good. 29-15. 6:20 to go, third quarter. Nelson drives to the baseline, and a blocking foul on Sherbarth. That'll be his third. Sherbarth will come out, and this will be Hargens that comes in to take his place. Holbert takes the inbound around to Nelson. Drives in, back out to Holbert. He'll try the three. That's off the mark and out of bounds. Tiger basketball, 6:02 to go, third quarter. Over the top to Burry and out of bounds. The Mustangs will get a turnover there. Our next broadcast will be a week from today. The Mustangs will host the Kimball Longhorns. Tried to go down in the lane. Trace Bagan was there, but a whole lot of Bayard Tiger hands in between. They slap it out of bounds. Mustangs maintain possession. 5:46 to go in the third quarter. Inbound to Bagan, and he can't make the easy shot. Nelson quickly inside to Bagan. He'll kick it out. Schwarting for three. Good! He's got 9 points on 3 shots from behind the arc. 32-15. And there's Morgan Holbert taking it away from Crehaw, laying it up and good. And a timeout called on the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Bayard Tigers. 5 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Proudly celebrating over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. That is the First National Bank of Gordon. Good luck this season, Mustangs. Ask about their competitive student checking accounts. The First National Bank, of course, located at 134 North Main Street in Gordon. And it is cold out. I'm going to try that again. It's old. All right, I'm not even going to do that. I'm trying to tell you it's out with the old and in with the new for Hins Home Furnishings. Finally, we got that spit out. The long story short is that they've got a new line of Spring Air mattresses coming in, and you can get great deals on the new ones or great deals on the old ones. Stop in and see Chuck at Hins Home Furnishings in downtown Gordon. The Mustangs are looking to apply some three-quarter court pressure now. They're going to try and trap. They go down low for Oliveras, but the pass a little bit too hot, out of bounds. Mustangs get the turnover, and quickly up the floor they come. Ahead to Nelson on the left wing, looks in. Back to Holbert. He'll drive in. Tried to kick it out. Schwarting somehow came up with it. Lays it up and good for two. 4:49 and a 36-15 lead for the Mustangs. Back to more pressure. Picking them up man to man. Here's Crehaw. Lost it but got it back. Hands it off to Burry. Burry with a nice move. Free throw line jumper for Oliveras is good. .4:15 to go, third quarter. Holbert across to Nelson. Tigers back into the zone. Schwarting from the corner for three. That one won't go. Crehaw out of the gate quickly. 2-on-2. Finds Burry. And he works around two Mustangs and gets it to fall. Nelson on the wing. Drives to the baseline. Over the top for Schwarting, into the corner for Bagan. Three-pointer on the way. That one is short. Rebound, and we're going to have a foul called on Lane Meeks. Lane just a little bit gimpy after that contact. That's Meeks' first. Carson Hinn comes in, along with Brady Bolender. Creha quickly ahead to Hargan, excuse me. Shot up and good by Oliveras. That was well executed with 3.5 to go. 36-21. Into the corner for Hinn. And now Holbert will pull it back between the circles. Directs some traffic, wants Carson Hinn to come up. And now Brady Bolander will come up and take that spot on the left side. Into the corner for Bagan. They try to go down low, but it's tipped out of bounds by Hargan. Mustang basketball with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Tipped out, stays with the Mustangs. They'll get it in to Morgan Holbert, back to Trace Bagan. He'll try the three-pointer. That one's off. Mustangs have gone cold from outside now in this third quarter. That one's taken away by Nelson, and then the foul by Burry. That'll be his second. And just the second foul of the half on the Bayard Tigers with 2:52 left to go in the third quarter. Hinn in the corner. Holbert, they'll swing it around. Now they'll reverse it. Holbert back to Bolander, who tries the three. That won't go. And Carson Hinn's going to be called for coming over the back. Five fouls in the half on the Mustangs now. 2.5 to go. Third quarter. Burry ahead to Creha and out to White Bear on the wing. Looks inside, but tipped out of there by Bagan. Good defense that time by Trace. Quickly ahead to Morgan Holbert. Holbert with a good look, but blocked out of bounds by Oliveras. Thought that was blocked out of bounds by Oliveras. Not sure we got that one exactly right, but it's Bayard Tiger basketball coming back. White Bear floats it in for two. Now Holbert sets it up. And this zone has been rather effective. Holbert down the lane and up for two. Has slowed the Mustangs offense down. Carson Hinn able with it. Now they'll set the offense. Long three-pointer by Nelson. And those threes just aren't falling late in this third quarter. Now a 3-on-3. Nelson all the way in. That won't go. Scramble for it on the floor. Carson Hinn's going to come up with this one. Try to get it across to Holbert, but taken away by White Bear. Back and forth we go. 1 minute left to go in this third quarter. And we got a traveling call on Hargens. So Joe Ferrero, number 30, comes into the game for the Bayard Tigers, giving Creha a breather. Bolander into the corner for Schwarting. Back to Bolander. They swing it around to Hinn. Looks down in the corner for Schwarting. Drives baseline. And we got a blocking foul called on Hargens. That's his second. (38-23). 43 seconds to go. They get it into Bagan. Scoops it up over the top for Hinn. Now he'll back it out. And this zone has really slowed up the Mustangs. Not nearly as active. Inside for Bagan, finds Lane Meeks. That one won't find the mark. So the shooting percentage for the Mustangs not good in this third quarter. 20 seconds to go. White Bear over to Burry. Now back to Burry between the circles. Pull up. No, they tried to go inside for Hargens. Saved back, not quite saved, as Trace Bagan stepped on the line with 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Get it into White Bear, and the block. Carson's not going to like that call. They're going to call a foul on Carson Hen. 2 shots for Justin Whitebear. 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. First one misses. They'll line up the second, and it is good. 2 seconds left to go in the quarter. Bagan gives it a fling, but it's well short. At the end of 3, our score 38-24. Bayard has cut into that 17-point lead. They trail it by 14 as we head to the fourth. Well, let's try this again. It is out with the old and in with the new this new year at Hens Home Furnishings with a complete new line of spring air mattresses coming in. Get great clearance pricing on the remaining models or get set up with special introductory pricing on the new ones. Hens also has hybrid beds with individually pocketed coils wrapped in gel-infused memory foam for the perfect, soft yet supportive feel. Hens Home Furnishings offers free local delivery. Check them out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. And the CPA firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon Rushville Mustangs. Visit with Sarah Ritgarn, she's a CPA, or any of their professional staff at their new location at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way. Call 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. GLR CPAs say, go Mustangs. Ready to get this fourth quarter underway. 38-24, forgot that last free throw. 38-24 is the score as we get things underway. White Bear crosses the half-court line. Mustangs are going to extend that defensive pressure and try to make something happen, and they do. Jared Nelson down the floor, lays it up way too hard. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And here's Burry the other way. Burry drives in, and an offensive foul, a charge called on Burry. That'll be his third. The Mustangs will get it back. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Burry with 3, Hayden Sherbarth with 3 fouls. For the Mustangs, Corby Campbell with 3. Nobody else really with much to worry about as we're just under 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Corby Campbell has that shot partially blocked, but a foul is called, and Corby will have a pair of free throws. That foul on Oliveras, that's his second. Corby with 4 points. He's 2 for 2 from the line this evening. That one rattles around and falls off. And he missed them both, but there's Jared Nelson for the offensive rebound. Mustangs will get another possession here. Holbert on the wing, into the corner for Schwarting. Drives to the baseline. That shot blocked from behind. And White Bear quickly up the floor. Nearly taken away by Jared Nelson. The Tigers maintain possession with 7:05 to go. And we got a timeout called as Burry was just about to get trapped. And a full timeout on the floor. 7:03 to go, 38-24.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Being equipped for tomorrow starts today. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
(38-24), 7:03 left to go fourth quarter. Team fouls, 6 for the Mustangs, 5 for the Bayard Tigers. And Bayard has the basketball. And we're ready for play. Creha works to his right. All the way into the corner, looks inside for Oliveras, and he's going to be fouled. Give that one to Corby Campbell. That is number 4. Oliveras 1 for 2 from the line this evening. Just able to sneak that one over the front of the rim. He's got 8 points. Check that, he's got 12 points this evening. Lines that one up and makes it as well. 38-26. It's a 12-point game with just under 7 to go in the fourth quarter. Schwarting back out for Holbert. Around to Nelson and down into the corner. Now they'll reverse it. Nelson across to Holbert. Drives in, little one-handed runner in the lane, up and good. Mustangs are going to trap, get the takeaway, and then we got a foul on Creha after he tried to throw that out of bounds off of one of the Mustangs. But then he's going to be called for a push, his first and the 5th on the Tigers in the half. And Bayard in the 1-and-1 bonus. 6:10 to go, fourth quarter. Schwarting, skip pass all the way across to Holbert. Pull-up jumper, that one misses, but Bagan is there for the rebound. Mustangs extend the possession, under 6 to go now. Schwarting on the for 3. Bagan again with another rebound. Back to Schwarting. Looks in, back out to Nelson. Couple of offensive rebounds on this possession for the Mustangs. Down low for Bagan and blocked, lots of contact with the body that time. No call. But there's a steal and a foul and a basket by Jared Nelson. (42-26), nice play by Jared Nelson. The steal, the foul, and he converted it. Free throw is no good. We got a violation. A lane violation on the free throw, and so he'll get another chance at it. Jared with 18 points. He had 16 in the first half. That is his first basket of the second half. And he missed it again. This time it is White Bear controlling the rebound. 5:30 to go. And now Creha turns the corner, working against Schwarting. Loses the handle but gets it back. White Bear will try the 3. That's off the front of the rim. Gets his own rebound shot from the elbow. That's no good. Meeks controls the rebound for the Mustangs. And out on the run they go. Holbert. And they're going to say he traveled with it as he tried to get that pass to Trace Bagan running the floor. And they'll give it back to the Bayard Tigers with 5:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Crehaw has that one blocked, and here comes Jared Nelson, 2-on-1, across to Morgan Holbert, misses it, Trace Bagan with the follow, that won't go, Meeks with the rebound to follow the putback, and 2 for Lane Meeks makes it 44-26. .435 to go, Oliveras at the free throw line, kicks it out. Back up to White Bear between the circles. He'll drive in. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. Falls off, no good. Oliveras with the putback. And that misses everything. Trace Bagan comes away with it. 4:18 left to go in the game. And timeout called by the Mustangs. Full 1 minute timeout. 4:13 left to go fourth quarter. Mustangs out in front 44-26. And it's at this point of the broadcast where we've gone through all of these commercials several times. Don't want to bore you. The bottom line is these are great sponsors, and they let us go all over the panhandle through the fall and through the winter to bring you Mustang sporting events. And so when you see these folks on the street, or if you get the opportunity, stop into their place of business, tell them how much you appreciate them sponsoring Mustang football and basketball. We've got a long way to go yet in this basketball season. Looks to be exciting to the very finish. Make sure you tell those folks that you appreciate them helping us bring these games to you. Hopefully we don't have a whole lot of bad weather yet in front of us through the rest of the spring, but if we do, we'll be here to bring the games to you so you don't have to leave the house. 4:13 to go fourth quarter, 44-26. 7 fouls for each team. So both teams in the 1-on-1 bonus the rest of the way. Bolander into the corner for Carson Hinn, who's now into the ball game for the Mustangs. Around to Holbert. Holbert looks on the wing and into the corner. Baseline for Nelson, over the top for Bolander. He'll try the three. Good! Brady Bolander on the board. He's got 3 points. 47-26. 3:40 to go. Ferrero has it taken away by Jared Nelson. Jared's got some help over the top to Bolander. Lays that one up and good. Great job by Brady Bolander to run the floor, get down there into position that time for the layup. 3:18 to go. White Bear's shot is off the mark. Rebound loose on the floor. Bagan comes away with it. And now a 2-on-2. Jared Nelson with the left hand up and good. Jared Nelson with 20 points. Timeout called by the Bayard Tigers. 3:02 to go fourth quarter. This one starting to get away. 51-26. And don't forget that the Sheridan County Journal-Star has all the news that you'd ever want. Sign up for the online edition. Check it out, SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. You're probably already there if you're watching this broadcast, and glad to have you along with us here this evening. But lots of interesting stuff going on in the county right now. Get the lowdown and everything you need to know at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Also, Modern Farm Equipment, great sponsors of Mustang Athletics. Glad to have them along for another year as one of our premier sponsors. Stop in and give them a great big thank you, along with Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Glad to have them along again this year, and we said it several times, but Sides and Milburn, Chris Heiser, one of the very, very first, when we decided to start doing this, he was the first in line, said, yeah, let's be a part of that, and he's been with us ever since, and we certainly do appreciate that. 3:02 to go. Fourth quarter, 51-26. Bayard with the basketball. Mustangs trying to salt this one away. We got a new shooter in the game. This is number 12. That's Tanner Rafferty. Can't get that one to fall. Morgan Holbert back the other way. Nearly traveled with it, but misses the layup. Out to Hinn. Bolender will try the three and drains it. Brady Bolender with 8 points, all in the fourth quarter. So Tanner Rafferty, number 12, he's got the basketball for the Bayard Tigers right now. And taken away by Corby Campbell. Corby looks down the floor, had Morgan Holbert, but he put just a little too much on it. And we've got to do a little research here, as now we've got folks in the game that we don't have numbers for, and now that'll be the end of the night for the Mustang starters. So Dayton Blanco, number 24, into the game for Bayard. Whole bunch of fresh faces for both sides here. We've got that's Blanco doing battle there with Dennis Mulcahy for the Mustangs. Foul called on Mulcahy. That'll be his first. Let's take a look at who all we've got here on the floor for the Mustangs. We've got Corbin Bailey, Andy Higgins, as that's Carson Hinn coming out of the game. Juan Sanchez in there, Logan Dexter. That free throw is good. No, they're going to say not good. We had a violation there, so they wave it off. 54-26. Trying to keep our head around all the new names in the game here. Under 2 to go. Mulcahy out on the wing to Sanchez between the circles. Here's Bailey on the wing. And across to Higgins. Mulcahy and back to Sanchez. Nearly had it taken away. Poked out of there. Should be Mustang basketball, and it is, with 1:16 to go. Now Aiden Harmon into the game for the Tigers. Empty in the bench now. Both teams ready to just finish this one off and be done for the night. Here's Bailey between the circles. Higgins inside for Dexter. That shot up and good. (56-26). Under a minute to go, and Corbin Bailey called with the foul. That's his first. And that'll put Rafferty at the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. 9th foul on the Mustangs here in the second half. First one, the bank is open for Tanner Rafferty. He banks that one home. And now the Bayard coach not happy with something. They've got it ironed out. Rafferty lines up the second free throw. That one, a couple of big bounces and won't go. Mulcahy with the rebound with 50 seconds to go. Quickly ahead to Bailey. Bailey's going to draw for Corbin Bailey. That one falls off, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Skinner for the Tigers. And that'll be an over and back, out of bounds. Tried to get a little fancy there, did Bayard Tiger ball handler. Between the legs, off his foot, and out of bounds. 38 seconds to go for the Mustangs here. Into the corner for Sanchez. He'll try the three. That one is short. Rebounded by Mulcahy. He'll pull it out and get it back to Sanchez. Tries the off-balance shot. Juan hits the floor. No foul called. 20 seconds to go. Sanchez with the steal from behind. Juan heads up the floor. Crossover dribble. Hits the floor again, but this time he'll draw the foul. And he'll have a couple of free throws. $15 seconds left to go in this one. Juan's first one off the back iron, no good. And he missed them both. Rebounded, and then Juan is going to be called for the foul. 12 seconds to go. Free throws at the other end, and this will be double bonus time. First free throw is no good. So 12 seconds left in this one. The Mustangs will move to 6-1. Bayard will fall to 1-6, but they are an outstanding, or they'll fall to 1-7, but they're a very good 1-7 basketball team. They gave the Mustangs everything they could handle here this evening. Into the corner for Bailey, drives the baseline, kicks it out. Higgins with 2 seconds. Sanchez at the buzzer. They'll say no, it won't go. Final score, Mustangs 56 and the Bayard Tigers 27. Well, let's do some quick math here for you, and we'll give you some final scoring totals. We'll just go down from the top. Morgan Holbert finished with 8 points. Dylan Schwarting finished with a Lowlander, had 8, all in the second half. Corby Campbell with 4. Trace Bagan had 1. Jared Nelson finished with 20. Logan Dexter with 2, and Lane Meeks with 2. For the Bayard Tigers, Bryce Burry finished with 4 points. Hayden Sherbarth with 6. Tanner Rafferty 1. Peyton Oliveris, got to do the math here. Looks like 13 points for him. Justin Whitebear for 3, and that rounds out the scoring. So the Mustangs go to 6-1. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back on the air a week from today when the Mustangs host the Kimball Longhorns. We certainly hope that you'll join us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Say thanks to our sponsors, and we'll see you next week.